In the 19th century, the novelist and poet Charles Dickens was one of the most famous people on the planet. His stories were read by people all over the world, and he created some of the best-loved characters in modern fiction. Dickens' fame has lasted long after his death, and today his novels and short stories are still read by millions, although a lot of people know most of his characters from TV dramas and film adaptations of his work. Many classic movie characters originally appeared in novels, including the world's most famous spy, James Bond. Almost everybody has heard of Bond, but few people know anything about the man who created him. Ian Fleming was born in London in 1908. His family were very wealthy, and the young Fleming went to the world-famous boarding school Eton College when he was only 13. Fleming lived here for most of the year, wearing the same old-fashioned uniform pupils still wear today. He was extremely privileged, and while he was at school, he lived in beautiful buildings, surrounded by luxuries. But like all Eton students, he was only allowed home during the holidays. Fleming wasn't a good student, and he didn't always enjoy school, but he excelled at sports and made many friends. When Fleming left school, he decided to become a journalist. But when the Second World War broke out, he was recruited to work for the British Secret Service. Here, Fleming learned everything he could about the life of spies, and the experience influenced a lot of his later work. After the war, Fleming had a holiday home built in Jamaica, which he called Goldeneye, the name of a later Bond film. He spent a lot of time here, telling friends he wanted to write a spy novel. He didn't write anything for a while, but then, in 1952, he completed his first book, Casino Royale. It was a huge success and was read by people all over the world. After this success, Fleming went to Jamaica for 2 months every year to write a new James Bond novel. Each new novel increased Bond's popularity, and during this time, Fleming enjoyed huge success as a writer. James Bond quickly became an icon. In 1962, the first Bond film, Dr. No, was released, with the actor Sean Connery playing the lead role. Suddenly, Bond and his creator were world famous, and Fleming couldn't go anywhere without people asking him about 007. Fleming died in 1964, but the Bond phenomenon has continued to grow. While many people still enjoy reading Ian Fleming's original Bond novels, millions more go to the cinema to watch the films. The latest film, Spectre, starring Daniel Craig as Bond and directed by Sam Mendes, is the 24th Bond film to be made. These big-budget blockbusters look very different from the early films and are no longer based on Fleming's novels. But they all still have one crucial thing in common: the character of James Bond.